Hi, Drucker here, Chairman of the Telecom Council of Silicon Valley. I want to talk to you today about an upcoming meeting we have around sensors. It's for our IoT Forum and it's around innovation in the sensor space. This forum is actually going to be interesting because it's co-located with the Sensors Expo and Conference, June 26th through 28th at the McHenry Convention Center in San Jose. So if you come to our meeting, you also get a show floor pass to the larger convention and you get to see a lot more demos and companies out there in their booths. What I think is most energizing about sensors is how rapidly they're changing right now and the way they're changing the things we can do and the knowledge we have about the world around us. Peter Drucker is credited with saying you can only manage that which you measure. And the way we measure things, oftentimes, and certainly in the IoT, is going to be with sensors. And so the ability to measure more things means we can manage them better and we can drive to more better outcomes that serve us more, that serve companies and drive their ROI, and also that help people and humanity in general do a better job of managing our planet, managing our resources, and offering value to all the stakeholders involved. So it's pretty exciting stuff. You can see some of the early benefits that sensors have offered if you just look at the mobile phone industry. And a lot of us are coming out of that industry through the Telecom Council. And mobile phones originally were just communication devices, but bit by bit, and as they became smartphones, we added sensors to them. And the sensors are one of the most interesting things that power some of the most powerful and useful apps we have. I think some of people's favorite apps certainly are Maps services. So GPS enabled, the GPS sensor in your phone can pinpoint where you are. Using the accelerometer at dead reckoning, it can narrow that down a little bit more. Knowing where it is turns out to be an extremely valuable thing. Your phone can also measure vibrations, temperature, light, and all these things. That's interesting to the individual user. And then there's some things that are pretty interesting too, innovation-wise, where, well, what if you crowdsourced those up and aggregated them through a to a neutral third party? So, for example, an agricultural cooperative could say, hey, let's pool our data from our sensors or mobile phones or devices into one, and we can share that and have a better idea of the microclimates we're experiencing, the crop prospects for this year, how much insecticide, pesticide we need to have, what kind of threats we have in terms of pests that are moving into the region and things like that. So interesting ability to take these individual phones and sensors and pool them up. That kind of transitions me into the industrial IoT. Very exciting space as well, and one of the ones where I think businesses are most attuned to the potential return on investment they can have by adopting Internet of Things solutions. And it starts with the data, right? You can't do something smart until you know what's going on. So you see a lot of IoT applications where they're putting vibration sensors on motors or remote pumps, wellheads and things like that to see if they're going to have a breakdown potentially as the vibrations throw up red flags for those things. You're able to monitor crops, you're able to monitor soil moisture content, you're able to monitor parking sensors to see if a car is overhead and when the car's leaving, automate things like parking meters. There's a tremendous range of things you can do that are going to drive an ROI. So the industrial IoT is going to find those, they're going to invest in those, and once again, this virtuous cycle of economies of scale and dropping costs is going to make a lot more things possible. So the upshot is, we got a meeting coming up where we're going to hear from some really, really smart people and some of the coolest startups building new technology, either in sensors themselves or on top of sensors through the analytics and intelligence that overlay those. Looking forward to meeting those companies and having some discussions with them. And hopefully, if you all come, we're going to leave with a few business cards, a few potential partners, and certainly some great ideas in our heads as we think about the future potential of an increased number of sensors, providing more information, more data, and resulting in better intelligence. Look forward to seeing you on June 28th. Thank you.